Okay, okay. That was weird. Alright, so this is this is what my friggin' stream was way back then. I made this myself. Super crappy. I had to use some weird program to get like chat going. So that's why it looks like this. And then this is obviously the game. I'm gonna turn this down because it's gonna be loud, I think. I'm using like a game mic.
Hey, what's up, Skydragon? What's going on? Yeah, it's gonna play some
Oh my god.
Wolverine. I'm gonna like own because like I have the ability to give myself infinite lives.
This was 9 years ago. This is terrible. I'm like I'm still living with my parents at this point. Yeah. I'm in my bedroom. The lights off.
What I'm like playing and like my thing on the top and
I've obviously
yeah,
come
like
a
the I
long
used to
way.
do it when I was younger. I
Since
just wanted to kind of have it switch it up and.
I thought it was like sooner than 9 years ago, or rather over 10 years ago. But I guess like I feel a lot better about my lighting at least. Yeah, like I had really crappy lighting for like the longest time. Like when I go back into go to my video history here. Hold on. Like I never really started having like good lighting in my room until like just like 2 years ago, I guess. 3 years ago. 2 years ago. Like around like this point. Up until then I was always just like in one of my rooms at like just using the regular room light. I didn't have any special lighting or anything. Mine's pretty top tier now. What do you use? So see, I'm just in my room. This isn't me live stream. This is me just doing a video.
Next one, right now it's not there. Now it's back again. It never actually changes or shows you anything else.
This was 7 years ago. So the lighting I'm using now. Let me switch scenes real quick. All right, so the lighting that I'm using now, I have this. I'll try to do this in a way I'm not blinding everybody. So I'm using this kind of just simple light, like it's a USB light. And so that's one of the lights. I have 3 lights. So that's one. I have the light that is actually, it's a ring light that's attached to the camera. It's like part of the camera. I have that, and then I have another ring light over here that I have set lower. So I have a brighter light over here and a dimmer light over here. This ring light over here that I'm using, I don't know how much I can show in the camera, but yeah, just a regular it's one of those ring lights that you can use for like you put your phone rather in it. Space professional. Not really. Like honestly, like this light is like $25 or whatever. This ring light is $25. I also have this. The reason why I got this originally was just because I was doing TikTok videos and I started getting really into doing the TikTok videos. I wanted to have better lighting for my TikTok videos instead of just using the room light. So I got that, but then I got more into streaming, and so it's more used for my streaming, but I can still use that in case I ever do other videos. Like for instance, there was a video that I would like to do. I did start it, and then it ended up not looking good, so I ended up trashing it. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna have Katya's help, but yeah, I'm gonna be using like this light and maybe some other lights as well. And then obviously, and then I have this overall light, I guess. So so there's a blue light strip that goes all the way around the top, like where the walls meet the ceiling. It's going all the way around, which gives us this blue light. And then I have, obviously I have that light back there, and then I have other LED lights just around the room to make it blue or whatever color I want, actually, to be honest. But yeah, but then I have to contrast the blue. I have, these lights are just normal, like, so when I'm using the blue lighting, I have it set to a more like a whitish color. But if I change it to like my red, like for Halloween, I'll try to have my lights set to more like luminescent, not luminescent, sorry. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a yellowish kind of color, I guess. To kind of contrast the red. But also the other thing that you probably don't pick up on is the fact that I actually have a filter on my camera that actually helps with the lighting, the white balance, and things like that. So that's actually another thing too, is I would suggest messing around with your filters. I don't know if you're using OBS or if you're using Streamlabs. I think you said you're using Streamlabs, right? I think last time we were talking about this. But yeah, I would suggest mess around with the filter. It makes your camera look a lot better than it actually is. Because without the filter, it looks bad. Like, I can show you what it looks like without the filter. Hold on. Good to know. I'll need to stick with the filter in mind. Yeah, because like you can not have the filter and it looks fine, but like having a filter makes it pop. I mean, you can mess with the white balancing and the hue and everything. But without, oops, filters. Oh, I do have a color correction. Okay. I thought I didn't have a color correction going. So this is. So okay, so it was actually, I'm having two different filters. So I have a filter using this this thing called Kamuzu Z. So this is what it is just the filter in from the Kamuzi, whatever it is, Kamuz. And then I have another filter on top of that within OBS for color correction. I turn that on and then bam. So it looks like that. So otherwise it looks way more blue, and this is basically technically how it looks. I mean, I have some white balancing going on to fix that, and some other things, the zoom, the focus, and exposure and everything, brightness, contrast, saturation. I have all that on, and I don't know how to turn it off. I don't want to ruin anything, so I'm just not going to do that. Really appreciate you taking the time to show me this. Super helpful. Makes me feel a lot better about streaming. Of course. Yeah, like honestly, like the only reason why I don't have like professional lighting or anything is because like I'm not there yet. If I get bigger, like if I end up being like a partner, then I might start looking into that, but I don't know. I think at that point, if I want like studio lights, I might actually try to have like a studio, but this is technically my studio right now. Like this is my studio. This is my studio / game room / office, so. Yeah, you don't need like a ton of stuff. You know, I would say at least trying to have like trying to have two lights at least. You know, I got the three just to make sure I have like really good lighting just in this area where I'm at. So and then like no lights behind me, just so it's like it's bright here and dark behind me. It's a good contrast. So thank you. My only issue is figuring out gameplay in Twitch Studio. I'm not figuring out OBS right now. Twitch Studio, I actually have not touched Twitch Studio, but it should be relatively easy. You're playing off your computer? Ideally, I like to play them off the console. So here's the thing about that. Unfortunately, I have a laptop at the moment right now. Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, you can do the cheap way. However, it won't look that good. Unfortunately, it's capturing console gameplay is kind of expensive. I have a capture card, so that's what I use to capture. There's two different capture cards. You can buy like an external one where it's just like a device that you plug into your computer and everything. And then there's a capture like a card that you put inside your computer. Essentially, it's like you get extra plugs or whatever in the back of your computer, so you can then plug your game console into your computer essentially, and then play your console through your computer. I guess it should be fine for me. I'm not using it right now. So this is my capture card. This is the Elgato HD60S. There is a few other brands. There's the AverMedia, and there's I think one other of like the big ones. There are other capture cards you can use, but like I said, it may or may not end being really good. You might end up with delays or sound issues or anything like that. So just be aware of that. I remember I had that issue when I first started playing console games, like recording console games and playing and recording myself and everything. I couldn't live stream it that way because of the delay. So what I had to do was like me playing was fine. It was like the recording that was behind a few seconds. So I had to like when I was doing like my video editing for those kind of games, I would have to go and like push the gameplay footage forward so it matched up with my reactions when I'm talking about and everything, and that was a pain in the butt like to do that. But yeah, that's why I suggest maybe just honestly just spend the extra money and get just one of the better Elgato ones or even AverMedia. I don't know, I can't say off the top, I can't say firsthand how good AverMedia is. I hear good things, I also hear bad things, so I don't know. But I know Elgato is for sure like always a good thing. So, so it would be best to download online in screen capture. Yes, I would say yeah. If you don't have a capture card right now and don't plan to get one anytime soon, yes, just stick with PC games. Do like a display capture, but also, be aware that you're having your computer do a lot. Like not only are you're having your Twitch Studio, your streaming software running, but you're also running the game itself. So that's a lot for computers to process. So I would also be careful of that as well. You may need to lower graphics settings, and you may need to even lower settings in your OBS. This depends on how good your laptop is. I don't know what your specs are, but I would definitely play around. I don't know if you've been doing this or not, but definitely play around with that stuff. Just to do like some test runs and stuff. I don't know if Twitch Studio has like a bandwidth test. That's the cool thing about OBS is like you can do a bandwidth test, and so it's like essentially like you're going live without actually going live, which is cool. You can test see how well your stream your internet holds up too, and of course, like I said, like one day I'll be a OBS master. About today, I think for right now I'm just gonna do crafts and with a second webcam. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, stuff you can do. There's other stuff you can do except for other than just gaming. Like for me, like I do art and stuff, and that's all done on my computer, and I have you've seen me before. Obviously, I bring my drawing monitor over and I start drawing and stuff.